Volume 1 of Parashara, page 130. This is a chapter called the Shodasha Vargas, the 16 divisional charts. So with Varga charts, there's why are we going over this? Kathy wanted to look at D60, so I said, we'll look at it a little bit. With Varga charts, there's different schemes. Sometimes you're using 4, sometimes you're using 6, sometimes you're using 3, sometimes you're using 10. And for different purposes, we're using a different amount. 16 is what we use for a king. Like if we were looking at George Bush's chart, we'd use all 16 Vargas. So very important people, because when we get into things like the D45 and the D40, for you yourself, what your great-great-grandmother did isn't that important. For people who are influencing a lot of people, the karma of their great-great-grandmother is very important. As you notice, all these political people, they're all, as we all know, they're all, even John Kerry and George Bush, they were somewhat related. Oh, yeah. And so this is not by accident. There's the families actually, the lineage has a direct impact on the chart. And that lineage is seen in the D40 and 45. Now what happens is, every number 12, we go up in vibration. So the first 12 Varga charts, your D3, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, they're all the physical level things that you can see. D4 is land. D12 is your mom and dad. Then when we start going up to the next vibration, starting to work with the D16, the D20, the D24, we're talking about education, spirituality, the happiness in life. We're getting to a finer vibration. As we move up the next circle around, we're moving in even finer vibration. So when we get to the D40, D45, and D60, we're talking a very subtle level of consciousness. The D40 shows the maternal lineage, the D45 shows the paternal lineage. And it's generally, sometimes you can see your grandmom, but it's not just your grandmother or grandfather, but it's that whole lineage that you can't even see, 7 generations back. Because the karma of a family stays in the family 7 generations. And that 7 generations inherited karma is in those 2 charts. Now the D60 is, again, it's a subtle level. But why is it so important? You know how important the D60 is?
Well, it's very important.
How important? Why is it? Who says it's important? And how important is it?
It's important.
Parashara gives it one of the highest ratings in the Vimshopak. Parashara gives it one of the highest ratings of the charts to look at for impact. It's very important.
So you mean impact on the person's present day life?
Yes. Who they are.
So is it like the D1, D9, the D3?
It's more powerful than the D9 and D3, yes.
Wow.
But those are
the D9 we easily see, so we use very much because it helps us. It's very easy to work with, especially now that you know really how to use it. You know, with abilities and this and that and love and relationship. It's very easy to see. But who you are and the impact in your life and what the impulses you're being led by, the D60 is showing us. It's showing us because it's showing the past karma that we're being born with. When we die and we come into this life, what are we bringing with us? When we die, what do we take with us? Our karmas. So the D60 is showing us these karmas that we're bringing with us. So for example, and now there's 60, there's each of Shashti means 60. So there's 60 divisions in the Shashti Amsha. Which means how big is each division? 30 minutes. So it's half a degree. And each one has a deity associated with it.
60.
Yeah. We're going to work on all 60. You got your Do you got your prashara with you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. But we're going to go over each one. And how to use them. And once you know how to use them, you'll be like, wow, I got to use these more often. So if we go to the top of page 132, and I'm using the Sharma edition. So you have the Sharma edition there. Okay, yeah. Now they're listed on page before that and after that, but they're not listed. He doesn't repeat, and so there's only 51 listed. And what happens is a few of them repeat.
Yeah.
So what happens is on the odd signs, they go in one direction, and on the even signs, the deities go the opposite direction. If you see on the list, on the one side we have Go, which stands for Gora, and then Rak, which stands for Rakshasa, on that side. And if you flip all the way to the end. It ends with Ind, which stands for Indu, which is moon, and Brahmana. And if you go up to the top of the first, it starts with Ind for Indu and Brahmana. Okay, so on the left side is for odd signs, the right side is for even signs.
Which one is odd?
Left side is for odd.
Left is for the odd, this is for the even.
So, I'll just run through a few charts real fast so we can look at some. The deity of... Now, if you have Jehora, there's a button down at the bottom that says Amsa rulers. Amsa rulers. Now, my Lagna's in Kinara, and my Lagnesh is in Chandramukhi. We'll pull out a few while I got the computer here. And let's see. Mary, your Lagna's in Pravina. And Pravina, your Lagna is in. And your Lagna Lord, you have two Lagna Lords. Mars is in Kinara. And Ketu is in Pravina. And we'll get into what these mean. I want you guys to have yours so that when we start looking at them, you can... And let's also look. Your ninth lord is Moon, Mary, and it's in Yaksha. So...
That's my body cash too.
Gail. Gail, we have Lagna in Kalinasa. Lagna Lord is Mercury in Kulagna. Ninth Lord, we have two Ninth Lords. And Rahu is Yaksha, and Saturn is Danda Yudha. Ajaya. Lagna is Marut. Lagna Lord, let's see, it's Jupiter. Jupiter is in Brahma. Ninth Lord, you have two. Oh, all these people with these dual realities. Ketu is Kinara, and Mars is Somya.
Doesn't Sonia mean gentle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kathy. Kathy's Lagna is Haramba. Lagna Lord is Jupiter. Jupiter is Purna Chandra, full moon. And ninth Lord again is Ketu and Mars.
Wow.
Ketu is in Sarpa. Mars is in Kula Nasa.